There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
Alright guys, this is the newest installment of Star Wars Canon Library coming to you on YouTube. Okay, so we got a couple of things to talk about here today, and
Sorry. First off, Kirstie's here because Andrew had some stuff he had to be doing today, so he couldn't make it in for the video. I've been trying to get him to for like a week and a half. We've been trying to get it out for like a week and a half, but he's busy. He's a father first, so he's got his kids to take care of. He has some things to do, so I asked Kirstie to be part of this one. So she hasn't really read any of the stuff we've got on the canon shelf, but I got her into Star Wars right when we started getting, when we started dating, so figured she'd be a good addition to the video. So go ahead. Let's see what you got.
Well, first and foremost, we're going to ask Brian to do a couple of reviews on the novels and short stories that he's been trying to stay on. Obviously, I'm not very good at that. That's his area of expertise. So the first thing we're going to have him discuss with you guys is the short stories that are out of Rise of the Empire. So, go.
Well, before I get into those reviews, I want to give a shout out to you guys out there that commented on the video we did last time and the Facebook page, informing us that the short stories in the Star Wars Insider, starting like a year ago, were canon. We didn't know anything about it, so we're trying our hardest to find those back issues now and trying to get them and put them on the shelf. One of the stories, actually, the first two stories from issues 149 and 150, I was able to find online and printed them off, and I got them right here where they go. The Blade Squadron parts 1 and 2, but we're going to try to find the actual Insider issues to put on the shelf. So, but anyway, to the short stories in Rise of the Empire, there's 3 of them. There's Mercy Mission, there's Bottleneck, and then there's Levers of Power. I just got the text reviews up today on the Facebook page. They're alright, to be honest. I paid $12 for the book, and it already had 2 of the novels in it that I have, so it wasn't really worth the $12 price tag, but they're alright. They're fun reads. But Mercy Mission follows Hera from Rebels immediately after the events of Lords of the Sith. She's got her own crew. They're trying to deliver supplies to, I think it's Ryloth. You didn't read it. You don't know, do you? Never mind. Okay. They're trying to deliver supplies to Ryloth, and that's literally, the story's like 25 pages long. That's all it is. The second one was Bottleneck. It followed Tarkin, and it had Count Vidian in it from A New Dawn. Just another little throwaway story, really. It is an interesting read. That's about it. The third story, though, was a little bit different. It was The Levers of Power. It took place in space above Endor during the Battle of Endor in Return of the Jedi, on the bridge of one of the Star Destroyers, led by Admiral Ray Sloan, who showed up in A New Dawn. She's in one of the short stories in Rise of the Empire. She's through Aftermath a lot. She's like the main Imperial in Aftermath. But it was kind of interesting seeing the Battle of Endor from her point of view, and them taking off running like cowards. But other than that, that's really all it was. Like, if you guys are interested in them, if you're OCD and you have to read everything, go for it. $12 isn't bad, but if you're not OCD, $12 is a bit much to pay for them, if that makes sense. So, but really, that's it about those, to be honest.
Alright, well, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that on that review, you can post it in the comments, and I'm sure Brian or Andrew himself will be able to reply back to that as soon as possible.
Quick. Yeah, as long as I'm not asleep.
Moving on, the next topic we have is the review of Aftermath.
Yeah, I just finished that today. Why is there an advertisement playing? Kirstie wanted to listen to some Star Wars music during this one, so I told her she could. It isn't a big deal.
I'm trying to skip it. There it goes. Okay.
You better play Duel of the Fates on there at some point.
Nope, it's Princess Leia.
But anyway, where we're talking about Aftermath. I just finished Aftermath today. Took me a couple weeks to get through. I don't know what the hype behind the book was, to be honest. Del Rey pushed that book really hard during the whole Force Friday thing, and it really overshadowed Lost Stars, which you know how much I love Lost Stars. Oh God! But Aftermath is all right. Like, you guys know how much I hate and loathe Heir to the Jedi. I would rather watch the prequels than reread Heir to the Jedi. And I mean, it's Heir to the Jedi and then Aftermath. Like, it's my second least favorite book so far. It wasn't what I expected. It really wasn't. Again, it has Admiral Ray Sloan throughout the whole book. It didn't really paint a picture of what the galaxy looked like post-Jedi, what I was hoping for, and weird cat. Anyway, but it was alright. It was kind of a tough read, but it was told from a present-day point of view instead of the past tense that books normally do. Everything was present tense. It was a little distracting sometimes, but nothing too awful bad, but... one of the coolest parts about the book, though, it was the little offset chapters they had in between the interludes. And they're like short little mini chapters that happen during the book in between elsewhere in the galaxy. One of them was like Han and Chewie on the Falcon, and they were going to a planet to do some mission. One of his pirate friends gets a hold of Han and tells him that Kashyyyk is... something going on with Kashyyyk, and Chewbacca gets all pissed off. So they set course for Kashyyyk. One of them was some kids on Terrace. If you guys have ever played Knights of the Old Republic, you know the planet Terrace. It was really cool to see that actually be a part of canon now. They're in the underworld, and these kids are buying Darth Vader's lightsaber from a black market merchant that I guess somebody found floating in space, and they wanted to destroy it. And then the coolest one, though, and I was so excited to tell Kirstie about this when I was reading it, because I just read this part today. It was on Tatooine, and these two guys are on a Jawa sandcrawler, and they're going through the junk and everything, and they come across Boba Fett's armor, and it's kind of warped and mangled from the acid of the Sarlacc pit, but Boba's nowhere to be seen, just his armor, so I thought that was kind of a cool little nod. But it really had nothing to do with the story overall, but it does tell me, as far as canon goes, Fett made it out. He's somewhere.
Yeah, that's what you said. Were you going to go in a little bit more detail about it and exactly how it goes? Or
Which
were
part?
you going to leave that up to the official write-up on the Facebook page?
Which part?
The details on exactly how it led you to believe that Fett got out of the Sarlacc pit.
His armor was out. Because when Fett got taken down by the Sarlacc, he got eaten by the damn thing. And if his armor's out in a box that the Jawas scavenged, and it's got acid damage on it, then Fett got out and got rid of his armor and went off somewhere else. I'm assuming. That's what I'm led to believe. I mean, the Jawas had pieces of Jabba's sand barge and everything in the room where they kept the good stuff. But honestly, that was the most interesting part of the book.
Okay, well,
To be honest.
lead you to believe that Fett is out, but what do you think exactly Fett has been up to since he got out of the pit, and how long has he
Well,
been
he couldn't have been out of the pit very long, because this book only happens 2, maybe 3 months after Jedi. So he couldn't have been doing much. He had to have been out of it recently. They must have. The Jawas had to have literally just come across that armor.
Okay, well, since the events of everything that caused him to fall into the pit in the first place, Empire, correct?
Jedi.
Jedi. My bad.
It's okay. Get out.
It's been a while since I've seen the movies.
Not for long.
So do you think that he went into hiding since the whole scrap of everything that was going on, or do you think he's just trying to pick himself back up by the bootstraps and start over?
That's the two things I was going to say. Either he's out somewhere and he's trying to start over, he's pissed off because he got shown up by a blind guy, or somebody else is going to take up the mantle of Boba Fett. Because the guy that actually ended up with the armor was the new sheriff in town on Tatooine, and he wanted a set of armor to be the new lawman.
Do you think that he realizes that it's Boba Fett's
I don't
armor?
think so. They just refer to it as Mandalorian armor. A full set of Mandalorian armor, which they thought was a rare find. So
do you think that he's going to pick back up bounty hunting, or do you think he's going to totally start over?
I don't know. But here's the thing. It also didn't explicitly say it was Boba Fett's armor. All it said was a set of Mandalorian armor found on Tatooine that had acid damage on it. So
which with the
that's
leads you to believe
it's Boba Fett's armor.
Okay.
So, but anyway, yeah, that was the coolest little nod. I already did it.
Okay. I'm falling a little bit behind here, guys. Okay. Next thing that we have is a review. The reviews of Moving Target and Weapon of the Jedi, which are by the publisher of Lucasfilm Press, as you know.
Yeah, those mini
All the
novels.
other novels have been published by Del Rey.
Lost Stars was
Lost Stars
Press
was
too.
Lucasfilm Press too, yes. Anyways, go ahead and do your review of those two.
Moving Target was kind of... Well, no, I'll do Weapon of the Jedi first. Weapon of the Jedi was cool because it kind of made up for Heir to the Jedi in my book. It happens immediately after Heir to the Jedi. And as short as the book was, I didn't want it to end. Luke goes to a planet that I think is going to pop up in Episode 7 somewhere. I think it's where Luke's been in hiding, because at the end of the book he vows to himself that he'd come back to that planet again and learn the Force some more. But he finds this old Jedi temple, and he has a guy named Sarko Plank help him get out there. And, excuse me. And while he's there for 3 or 4 days, he's got R2 and 3PO with him. But he finds a pillar with like some training remotes in it, and he ends up going hours at a time against these remotes, 3 at a time, and he starts trying to figure it out. And this guy Sarko finally turns on him, and all his Imperials show up, pew pew pew, you know, his normal story. But by the end of it, Luke vows to come back to this planet. So I really do think that this is where Luke's been in hiding since Jedi up to Force Awakens. So
he comes out of hiding. Is it possibly the same place that they're saying that he's going to be in hiding at in Episode 8?
I don't know if he's going to be in hiding in Episode 8. I know because they're filming one of the scenes in Episode 8 is back on Skellig Michael Island, which is described a lot like this planet. And there's like a scene of him climbing or some stuff or whatever they filmed, or I don't know. But I don't know. I think this planet, I can't remember the name of it. I think this planet to Luke is Dagobah to Yoda, or Tatooine to Obi-Wan. I really do. So, but I don't know. Anyway, but it was Weapon of the Jedi was definitely it was a good read. Definitely worth picking up. It's got a $12 price tag on it too. Definitely worth it. And then Moving Target was the Leia mini novel. That has a lot of insight into what's going on in Episode 7 and there in the prologue and the epilogue. The story itself I thought was really interesting because Lucasfilm was focusing on this whole gray area now of morale, and like the whole certain point of view thing, where who's really the good guy here? The rebels are technically the terrorists. I mean, seriously, if you think about it, the rebels are the terrorists and the Empire is the government, albeit a corrupt government. But the mission Leia's going on in this definitely falls in the gray area of morality. They're trying to distract the Empire from finding the Rebel Alliance's fleet that's massing, getting ready to do their offense on the second Death Star. But there's innocent lives being sacrificed for this mission. And they do it anyway. Mon Mothma actually greenlights the mission. So it kind of does this gray area thing, and you're not even sure if it's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. It's kind of left in the air, the whole certain point of view thing. So, but it negates the whole Shadows of the Empire book, which kind of hurts. Because it happens right between Empire and Jedi, so Shadows of the Empire didn't happen. I was really hoping that one did, but...
Next thing we have going on is, actually we were in talks of maybe doing a logo contest involving all the viewers and everybody that's interested in the Star Wars universe and everything, and coming up with their own version of a logo for us to use here at the page, on the Facebook page and the YouTube page. Mostly that's because we're a little bit concerned about copyrights and everything like that of what we're using currently. Yeah. So I'm going to show you guys something that I kind of came up with, just kind of give you an idea of something for what we're kind of looking for. I don't know if that's a little difficult to see there.
No, it's pretty.
Basically, obviously, we've already got the Rebel logo going on for what we're using currently, so I just kind of threw that in there. I wanted to throw the Star Wars title in there too, kind of put it out there a little bit more exactly what we're hitting at, and then just threw Canon Library down there in 2015 because that's the year that we obviously were established. But it's simple, to the point. If you guys were wanting to come up with anything else, you can send it in to us on the Facebook page in a message or anything like that. And then we're going to end up...
Or even email it to us.
Email it, yes. Which would be at Star Wars Canon Library at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Email it, message it to us on Facebook, whatever form that you want to send it to us. We've pretty much gotten stapled across all of the platforms of social media.
Yeah. And it can be anything. It can be original art, Photoshop. It could be anything, so...
Yeah, just think in the terms of a logo, something simple, to sweet and to the point, but definitely put the artistic little twist on it, make it something that's personalized to you guys, because I myself am an artist, and I find myself doing a lot more Star Wars products because of that man right there.
You're welcome.
That's mostly because I'm a nice wife that allows him to decorate the house with Star Wars, so I kind of want to have
Yeah,
my
you guys
own
can't
artwork
see
up.
it, but there's crap hanging all over, like action figures up there, M&M's up there, freaking Hot Wheels car. It's insane. I'll never find another girl like you.
Okay, so there's that. You guys know how to reach us to get involved in that. We'll probably be throwing it out there in the next couple videos.
Yeah.
We don't really necessarily have a deadline or anything, but I think maybe closer to the end of the year, if it's the start of a new year, maybe then we'll
Something
switch
like
it
that,
over.
Something like that.
So tell all of your friends, any artistic friends you've got.
We'll put a
You can never
post
do
on
bad
page.
in art. There's no wrong way. There's no right way. So if you even want to do some stick figures, give it your best shot. We'd definitely love to see it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so the next thing we've got going on is previously we had told you guys, obviously we've got our countdown to episode 7. We're now at 25 days.
25 days! 25 long, sufferable, agonizingly long days.
And it is because every single day Brian shows me the countdown on his phone saying,
I don't know what you're talking about.
25 days! And tomorrow I'm going to hear, 24 days! And then it's going to be the day before and he's going to be like, this is the longest day of my life.
Longest 10 hours of my life is going to be standing in line waiting for the movie.
Yes, I would agree with that. So anyways, our countdown is 25 days at this point.
Yeah, we're getting there.
With that being said, we're going to be standing in line at Warren 21st Street in Wichita, here in town, which is local to us. While we're going to be in line, we are also going to be doing interviews with you guys and getting your kind of feel, your vibes, and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to throw it together in a video. With that being said, anybody that decides to be involved in these interviews,
Whether we use the interview or not in the video.
yes, anybody that gets involved in it, we are going to give you an opportunity to be included in a raffle. Previously, Brian and Andrew had discussed that.
Yeah,
so,
we were talking about some different things.
Brian and myself, just momentarily before we started this video tonight, we decided on what the raffle prize is going to be.
We were going to do something like one of a kind piece of art or something like that. And then I even threw around the idea of a BB-8 Sphero. And then she got mad at me because it was just entirely way too much money. So
That's a lot of money when you got bills.
I'm trying to pull for you guys. I really am. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, either way,
I got you guys. Don't worry.
Either way, I still think you guys will be pretty ecstatic about what we decided we're going to do. We decided we want to do a $50 Toys R Us card.
So you can go buy your own Star Wars
So you can
stuff.
buy your own Star Wars stuff
Yep.
because it is the most reasonably priced Star Wars items. Biggest location that is nationwide.
Yeah.
Even I believe they've got locations overseas.
You're trying to sell Toys R Us right now.
I'm not really
Yeah.
trying to sell Toys R Us. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it works out in the best interest where you can get pretty much all of your Star Wars collectible needs through them. So I think $50.
$50, yeah.
Gift card is
It's easy to
reasonable.
send to anybody in the country too.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So.
But no,
then-
we are going to be doing the interviews and stuff in line. We have tickets to the 10:15 p.m. showing. We didn't get 7 p.m. You guys suck. And we're going to be standing in line, getting you guys' thoughts and views on the movie, what you guys are hoping for, and actually we're going to be looking for first and foremost guys with the coolest costumes. So
I forgot about that.
yeah, we're gonna be looking for guys in costume first and foremost. Even if you're not in costume and you're in the area, we'll still talk to you. We'll talk to anybody who wants to talk to us.
Yeah.
So we'll throw together a video, but we will announce the winner of the raffle right here on one of our videos. Probably be 3 or 4 weeks after the movie comes out.
Yeah, we'll need
So-
a little bit of time to soak in the awesomeness
Go see the movie
of
another
episode
couple
7.
dozen times. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, next thing I wanted to shout out to you guys is we had discussed previously also, Brian and Andrew threw out their suggestion that I had made about creating a Snapchat so you guys can kind of see what we're doing behind the scenes, preparing for our videos, and
Ain't much.
it really isn't much because obviously we
In case you guys don't realize this, we record this on a cell phone. Just saying. So,
we're a little low budget, but
a little bit.
we do it because we are fans. Obviously, some of my aforementioned comments doesn't prove otherwise, but I'll make it up to you guys.
Because of that, you get 10,000 years in the Sarlacc pit.
Maybe I'll make it out like Boba Fett. Just gotta get some Mandalorian.
Meant to
on
do
there.
it.
So yeah, we want to make a Snapchat. That way, even when we're interviewing and stuff, I'll be behind the scenes, throwing the Snapchat around, getting a couple like poses with some people standing in line with their costumes and everything like that. So that way you guys can kind of hop in and see that. As soon as we get that created, we will shout out what the name is. It'll probably be very similar to Canon Library and everything like that.
We're going to try to get some business cards made.
Yeah, we're wanting to get some business cards made so that we can leave them at some local establishments, even going to town, get some sent out.
Tell your friends.
probably send some back home to Ohio to a couple of our friends with their establishments and everything. Kind of get the name out there.
Got you guys.
And I believe even when we're doing the raffle, we're going to throw some of that stuff out there too. So that way, if you guys got some friends that live overseas, live on the other side of the nation, you can send it out, get the word out there, help us get our name known.
Yeah, because as far as I know, we've actually got people in Korea right now that follow the page.
And other locations too.
Yeah,
so basically, moral of that story is we are fans doing it for the fans, so we want to get you guys involved as best as possible with that. So the last thing I want to shout out is my good friend Jen Matlock from Lima, Ohio.
Our good friend.
Our good friend. She has a pretty nifty little Etsy page, and she created us this little Death Star ornament that Brian purchased last year. And
hand painted it.
Hand painted, handcrafted. Like, I mean, well, you know, she gets the parts, but she paints it all. It's all by hand.
I'm in love with this
Very
thing.
meticulous.
Yeah, if you actually, we'll put a picture of it on at the end of the video, but if you actually sit and look at it, she hand painted it, and it's got all the little dots for the lights and the windows and everything on it. I'm in love with that thing, man. It's so beautifully done.
And I know that we are a Star Wars page, but she's got the whole
anything nerd
fandom of
Firefly, Serenity, Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek. Anything you can think of.
She does the whole menagerie of the fandoms. So that's where it's at. At the end of the video, we're going to post the link. We're going to post it in the description as well with a lot of our other links. Being Twitter, Gmail, and Facebook as well. A lot of you guys already know those sites and those locations, but we're going to go ahead and throw it out there. So if any new viewers have come along and decided to like and follow, subscribe, that way they can find us at our other locations. Also, I just wanted to do a quick shout out. The music that I'm playing here on YouTube for the background is posted by Ninja Doctor 9 on YouTube. I just wanted to do a little nice shout out for you guys. So that way, you know, we're not trying to steal
copyright infringement.
Yeah, we're not trying to steal credit or anything like that. So I just want to do a little shout out there for you guys. So that's what we've got tonight in this episode of Star Wars Canon Library. I am Kirstie.
I'm Brian. We are going to be covering... here before long, we got like 6 comics on order right now.
Yeah,
something
we got
like that.
a few.
We're gonna get through those as quick as we can. Hey, also, if you guys keep an eye out and you guys find anywhere online that's selling like back issues of Star Wars Insider, we'd really appreciate it if you'd let us know. We're trying our hardest to find these things so we can keep everything up. Somebody even asked, a couple people actually even asked about the Servants of the Empire series. Me and Andrew talked about it. That night, as soon as I saw the comments, and I think we decided as far as that one goes, that series goes, since it's like a kid's book, we're just going to put it under the umbrella of Rebels. We're not going to really worry about it. Because then you start walking that fine line where, you know, if you do kids' books, then you got to do the coloring and sticker books, and the read-alongs, and the 5-minute bedtime stories, and all that stuff, too. So, I think we're going to X the Servants of the Empire series. Nothing against you guys that like it or anything. It is canon, but...
That actually, I think, that just kind of opens the whole veil of what is Star Wars canon, you know, for our young adult readers to our actual adult readers and everything like that, and what time we do have available to actually sit down and be able to delve into the universe and read it ourselves and get involved with that and everything.
I'm busting my ass trying to keep up with these books for you guys. And if you guys didn't notice, I don't know if you guys can see him in the top of the frame up here. A couple weeks ago, Andrew went into Wichita and dropped like $180, something like that. And he got all these Pops figures up here, and he bought me my Black Series Tauntaun. Love that thing, dude. Love you for that, man. If you're watching this, thank you. But no, we're trying to keep up on everything. Matter of fact, the new Steelbook Blu-rays for the movies are out. Gorgeous cover art on them. Here in a couple weeks, I'm going to hope to try to get those to put on the shelf. I want those versions of them up there. But other than that, I need to get you to start reading some comics.
Yeah, I need to.
You really do.
I ain't got nothing but time.
So, anyway, anything else that you want to talk about?
No.
Are you good?
I think we pretty much covered it. We got everything that we were wanting to discuss. So,
cool. Well, make sure you guys visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/the Star Wars Canon Library. Well, not the /Star Wars Canon Library. Just tell your friends, share all our posts. I really appreciate it. We also have the Gmail account you talked about, the Star Wars Canon Library at gmail.com. Email us any questions you got. You guys obviously found the YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe. Even if you didn't like the video, please subscribe. That would be awesome. Tell your friends, give us a comment, let us know what we're doing wrong. You can take criticism pretty well, so it's not like we're going to freeze you in carbonite or anything and hang you on the wall. That's what I want. I want one of those Sideshow collectible life-size Han and Carbonites. It's like $8,000 just to stick in the corner of the room with the little LED lights and to get the $8,000 Boba Fett to stand next to it.
Yeah, you better start kissing my ass.
Yeah, baby. So, all right, guys. Well, that does it for us. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.